thousand bats will swing. Under those lights, hear the anthem ring. Get your glove and your favorite hat. On deck with Russ now, how about that? On deck, it's time to play. Russ takes us through the game today. From the dugout to the final score. Baseball fever we all adore.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode On Deck here on FTSN. I'm Russ Morgan. Welcome back. Had to take a couple hiatus for a little bit, starting a new job, so I'm trying to get into that. First couple weeks of teaching, so had to get a feel before I could get back on. Definitely some good baseball rolling around August 19th. NL race is heating up big time. More from the wild card standpoint, is Phillies making it 5 games in the East. Cubs 5 games, Dodgers 9 games in the loss column. But the NL wild card is heating up really well, with the Cubs right now 3.5 up on. Oh no, excuse me. Look at 4 games up on the Phillies. Are 74 and 54. Phillies 69 and 58. Padres right now secure in the third slot at 68 is 60, with the Diamondbacks nipping at their heels 67 and 61. Cardinals right there 65, 62. Marlins 64 and 63. First couple losses of the series, but for the Marlins, but they're still right there. But the NL wild card race is heating up real big. A lot of good baseball to play. But I mean, if we're talking baseball yesterday, I mean, the biggest story coming out of baseball is the Milwaukee Brewers putting up a 22 spot on Seattle last night, 22-0. It tied the modern MLB record for largest shutout and matched the Brewers in franchise history for runs in a game. It's more than Milwaukee's just a good team. I mean, Seattle from a team that was in the ALCS last year, they're definitely down, 59 and 67. It's not a good team. Kristen Yelich and Brewers offense clicking on all cylinders. And going forward, best record in baseball. Did they sweep the Dodgers last week? Let's see, Brew Crew. I thought they took 2 out of 3. 78 and 48 right now. Okay, only took 1 out of 3 against the Dodgers. Down 4-0. But I mean, they're getting it from all sides. I mean, 22 runs. The Brewers. Milwaukee franchise record. Kristen Yelich looking really good batting. Yelich batting 3-0, 228. Garrett Mitchell 225. Jackson Chourio 275. Jake Bauers 278, 260 for Wilson Contreras, 265 for Terang. 4 Brewers homered last night. Yelich, David Hamilton, Jake Bauers, and Luis Lara. And Lara's batting 327, limited at bats, 91 at bats, but he's a dude. I look at this data. I think I look at this Brewers team, and if you're watching, drop a comment on the Brewers. You got anything? I think the one issue I had with the Brewers, well, first off, I think they're not underrated. I always seem every year I underrate the Brewers. I think they're done. They prove me wrong every year. They do a phenomenal job with their system, pumping players in and out, getting them major league ready. Uh, Going into October for the Brewers, I mean, I don't see any way they lose the NL Central. And going into last year's series with the Dodgers, I think they tried to play their game. They played scared, in my opinion. I think you can't play the Dodgers game. I think they got to play their game, put the ball in play. Small ball. My one issue with them is if they're going to have the pitching depth to handle a team like Atlanta or the Dodgers. I mean, you got Mizorowski, 12-5. He's got a 1.75 ERA. You've got Kyle Harrison, 10-3, the 2.84 ERA. Brandon Sproat, 4-3, 3-7. I mean, Aaron Ashby, who's getting a lot of innings, 58 games pitched in 69 innings, 58 games pitched, 13 wins on the year, 13-2. I just want to know if they're going to have they're going to have enough to get past a team like the Dodgers. But as it stands right now, best record in baseball. 78-48, 2 games up, 3 games up in the loss column of the Dodgers. I mean, you head in 78-48, first in the Central, first in Major League Baseball, 158, plus 158 run differential. Best run differential in Major League Baseball. Right now, MLB Power Rankings has them number 1. Are we calling them a surprise? I think this team's not a surprise when you got a manager not a surprise. I'm always seem to be surprised. They prove me wrong year in year out. But you got a manager like Pat Murphy who's been around baseball for such a long time that it's not really that much of a surprise. Did Milwaukee took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers? Milwaukee took the season series against the Dodgers 4-3. So they have the tie-breaking advantage. Brewers pitching depth from Milwaukee, Dodgers hitting. Milwaukee's got some serious depth, but I don't know if they think with their starting pitching. Can Milwaukee win the World Series? I think they got to play their game. If I had to pick today, I would say no. I don't think they can handle the depth of the Dodgers. I think they turn it on when the lights are brightest. There's some weaknesses for Milwaukee right now. Best record. Can the pitching hold up through October? Can they score runs consistently against elite pitching? Do they have enough postseason experience? What if they face Dodgers, Atlanta, Cubs? So it'll be tough. Speaking of the Cubs right now cruising. 20 games over 500. Their offense is looking solid right now, solely in that first spot for the wild card. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, another 30 for 30 year. 270, batting 279. $31 home runs, 31 stolen bases. I think with the Cubs, you got a lot of good playoff experience. You've got World Series champion Alex Bregman, who's going to give you a lot. I think where my one issue with the Cubs is the same as my issue with the Brewers is their start pitching depth. I mean, Shohei Imanaga 8.9, he's got a 3.77 ERA. Connor Ray 8.8. Matthew Boyd, hell of a bounce back since he had that bounce back with Cleveland a couple of years ago. Now 8.2 with a 4.02 ERA. Jared Assad was 6.1. Cabrera is hurt 5-5. I think I'd feel better with the Cubs if Cade Horton didn't go down for the year. But I think, I mean, the run differential for the Cubs plus 100. But I would have felt better with the Cubbies if they had Cade Horton. Moving on to the Dodgers, who definitely it's kind of funny. I was talking to my Dodgers friend talking about just how they made the trade for Tarek Skubal, and this is the first time I've been on since they made this trade, and got swept by Boston, and then a couple losses there. Now they're 76-51. It's kind of the baseball god shining down on them, saying, "Hey, you're probably going to push this to a lockout, especially if the Dodgers win it all next year." But I with their playoff experience, I don't see it. See anybody beating them. 30 home runs. Shohei Ohtani this year batting 294, 30 home runs, and only 7 stolen bases, but 30 home runs on the year. I don't see anybody beating this Dodgers team, especially adding Skubal. But it's kind of funny when they make the trade, you go on such a losing streak, get swept after the I moved it after the Skubal trade. I mean, you get swept by the Red Sox, get swept by the Cubs, lose 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks. Then you take 2 from the Royals. You take 1 from the Brewers. Losing 3 out of 4 to the Brewers that season series. Won the last 2, but it's kind of the baseball god smiling down. It's kind of funny how baseball works. That Skubal's, looked good, but not with the run production. Shohei Ohtani had another home run, 30th on the season on Tuesday. 3 times in his first 2 games, Dodgers-Rockies. Is Ohtani – I still, in my opinion, I want to see what Ohtani does in October. I think he's a dangerous regular season hitter. I have not seen him prove it in October. I put a lot of value on what players do in October. I'm sorry, that's when the best player comes out. I want to see what Ohtani does in October. Speaking of another team in the NL West, San Diego Padres starting to turn it on. Right now the Padres are third have to hold the 3rd spot in the wild card, 68-60. Fernando Tatis had a hell of a game the other night. He had 2 home runs, robbed a home run from Francisco Lindor. They won 5-2. Manny Machado had 3 hits. Is Fernando Tatis back? I do think he's finally back. After struggling, not hitting a home run for how many months in the season? He's got 15, batting 280. Machado is struggling to get back up to 215, 291. My thing is same thing with the Padres as the Cubs and the Brewers is their pitching depth. Michael King 8-9, Walker Buehler 7-6, Griffin Canine 3-9. Your most wins on the on the team are Morejon. I'll say his last name is the pitching depth, but I think Manny Machado starting to Fernando Tatis is starting to figure it out. Batting 280. He's got 15 home runs on the year. Padres can be a dangerous team. I just think the pitching depth for the Padres might hold them back. The one very interesting thing for me is that number 3 overall spot in the wild card, which you've got right now 3 teams all hovering around with the Cardinals, and the Marlins still right there, 1 game over 500. Cardinals, 7-3 in the last 10. Diamondbacks right now, game out 67 and 61. I think, and I mean, you got the Padres 68-60, Phillies 2 games up in the loss column. I think the one team the Dodgers wouldn't want to play right off the bat is the Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't think they play scared. They play a different game of baseball. I think they don't play scared with the Dodgers. They just play a good game. I think they can go in and beat the Dodgers on a 3-game set if the Dodgers end up playing in the wild card series, which looked like it could happen. I mean, a Cardinals team who's right now two games back, a team who was probably looking to sell going into the year, 65 and 62, getting some great work, great plate appearances and pitching from young players. I mean, Alex Burleson, 289, Jordan Walker, 289 as well, JJ Weatherholt, 241. But you're getting, you're getting good from Burleson and Walker, young guys who could be, right up there, faces of baseball in the next couple of years. And on the pitching side, I mean, Andre Palete, 12 and 6. Michael McGeevy, 5 and 9. Kyle Leahy, 10 and 4. I mean, you add Dustin May at the deadline, 5 and 7. I think that's still a team that can make some noise, but I'm going on the limb and saying I don't think the Dodgers would like to see Arizona, which could happen. I think Arizona is the most dangerous team for the Dodgers, especially if you're playing that NL West game. Anything can happen in those games. This NL wild card's heating up nice. It is looking really good. I'm loving it. Speak a little deadline who your team is. You can throw in your comment if you like your deadline move. I like the one move the Yankees made, being a Yankees fan. On the other hand, I didn't like the Heliot Ramirez move, but I like Luis Garcia. If you're in there, what team you are, you can throw in if you like your moves. But not a fan of Ramirez so far. And if Aaron Judge ever, I don't know. They're saying Aaron Judge might be middle September, early September. They really need him back. I'm not even counting on Judge being a Yankees fan. I'm counting on I need Bellinger back. That's what I need. I need Bellinger back. I think I'm not even holding my breath for Aaron Judge to come back being a Yankees fan. I think it was a lot worse than expected. But goes to show that lineup definitely changes. AL wildcard race kind of heating up. That third spot, Yankees right now at 4 games in the loss column. Boston, 68 and 59. You got Minnesota, who was probably looking to sell. Was talking about looking to sell. 63 and 65 in the third wild card. Rangers, 62 and 64. Blue Jays, who were all but dead. Now they're only, have the same loss column, 62 and 65, half game back. You got a 2-way, 3-way time. I think, in my opinion, you go to the Rangers right now being the 3 spot. But I think the Blue Jays were all but looking to sell, and they're 7 and 3 in the last 10. I mean, their run differential is terrible, but they're playing really good baseball of late. And you've got a guy in Dylan Cease who could be a Cy Young guy. I mean, Cease is having a phenomenal year, living up to his contract, which was having a very good year. 7 and 5, but that's because the team's not getting a lot of run production. But he's got a 2.4 ERA. Kevin Trey Yusevich, 5 and 5. He's only got 18 games started. Really need him back. But I mean, this is a team that was all but lost for dead, and now they're only a game back. Boston, after that unbelievable stretch, they're 4 and 6 in the last 10. on a 1-game losing streak. Yankees 70-55. They're 6-4 in the last 10. Right now, Yankees going around. See what the Yankees are doing with what we got score wise. Yankees up 3-2. Marlins down 4-1. Guardians down 1-0 to the Giants. Cardinals up 2-0. Blue Jays are down 7-5 to the Rays. A's up 2-0. Mariners up 4-0. Early action right now in Houston versus Anaheim, and early action Rangers Nationals, both 0-0 games. Pirates beat the Tigers 4-3. Mets 4-2 over the Padres. Twins 6-4 over the Braves. White Sox salvaged the series 3-0 against against what do they call it? The blue line, I think they call it. But Yankees 3-2 won yesterday. Did salvage a series having to play, talking Toronto, 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. A tough place to play in Rogers Center, whatever they call it nowadays. And you got, another 3 against Toronto, luckily in New York, but that's still going to be tough 3 games. And then you got Houston. That's going to be another tough 3 straights. And then you go to Boston. So it's going to be a tough stretch. AL wildcards heating up. I think right now, AL, 75-50, best record in the AL. The Rays, 5 games up on the Yankees. The Yankees beat Baltimore yesterday. I'm wondering what's going to happen. Can this Yankees team make a serious run? Big injury news: Arizona's Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte is dealing with the left knee issue. Traveled to Phoenix for an MRI, missing another game. He was batting .249 with 21 home runs. Can the Diamondbacks make it to the playoffs without Marte? Blue Jays got some good news. Toronto received an encouraging news about Trey Savage, potentially improving that Blue Jays' chance of getting back into before the end of the season. Toronto's playoff chances have got better. Their pitching getting better. If Savage comes back and makes them better, that makes them a deadly team in October. I want to know, in my opinion, I've been talking about this. Is the NLCS the World Series this year? Because the AL is dog shit. It is terrible. You look at the AL, and you've got your third wildcard team 2 games under 500. You've got right now 75-50 Rays first place. You got the 3 teams in the AL East actually, putting up quality seasons. You got the White Sox 6 games up, 6 games over 500 in the AL Central, and then you got the abysmal AL Central, abysmal AL West, 63-63 Houston, a game up. Is the NLCS this year the World Series? Another injury news: Boston lost Masataka Yoshida for an extended period, potentially the remainder of regular season because of hamstring sprain. Got some good news on Trevor Story could return this week, with Roman Anthony potentially looming early next week. Toronto been playing well since the trade deadline, and you trade Gosman, but they're playing better. Are they a real October team? Do they have a little bit of chance? I think in the AL, yes. You can coin flip it. Who's their biggest? Do they have enough pitching? I think that's where they get it. But the AL is a coin flip. Cubs, don't forget about them. Even with all the Dodgers, Ohtani talk, Cubs, Chicago deserves a Pete Crow Armstrong's coming off another historical performance. The 6th player in MLB history to hit a leadoff home run and a walk-off home run in the same game. Is he a legitimate superstar? Yes, he is. This guy's exciting baseball every time you turn on the game. Are they a threat to the Dodgers? Yes, but I think the pitching could hurt them. Also we're thinking about one of the worst trades ever. You trade Pete Crow Armstrong, yes, young, so good job on the Cubs' part of developing this guy. But Pete Crow Armstrong was a very high pick for Javi Baez, who played 47 games with the Mets. And you get PCA, who could be the face of baseball for the next 10 years. Are they a threat to the Dodgers? Yeah. I think they are. I just don't know about their pitching. Who's your AL MVP? No clue right now. AL's trash. NL, it's probably Otani again. Cy Young, I'm going Cease or my man Cam Schlittler. Biggest surprise? You got anybody in there? Biggest surprise? I have no clue. In the AL, on the NL side, Cubbies making the World Series. I just don't think they have the pitching to get it done. And that goes who I don't trust. I probably now don't trust the Cubs just because they're pitching, not the offense is so great. The offense is unbelievable, but I don't know if I trust the Cubs. MVP guys, Shohei, Pete Crow Armstrong, and I think that's two. I'd love to see PCA win. AL, I have no clue in the AL. Tonight's games, Yankees, Orioles. Yankees are up. Are dangerous in October. They need to get healthy. Starting to figure it out with Ryan Weathers. But Ryan Weathers is starting to figure it out. They need to get healthy. A lot of injuries. You finally got Carlos Rondon back the other day. Who pitched good, but I mean, a lot of injuries. They need at least Bellinger or Judge to come back. I mean, Bellinger's on the 10-day. He should be activated from that soon. Max Fried went down the other day, could return from the injured list after he completes the 15-day stint. Aaron Judge still on that 60, said Tuesday Judge will begin hitting progression. Clark Schmidt's going to hopefully come back, and that would add a great piece to the bullpen, preparing to return from 60-day injury list as a reliever. That could always change as weeks and months unfold, just depending, but potential role as a reliever. Giancarlo Stanton did some base running on Saturday, but uncertain when the 5-time All-Star would come up. So, I mean, it's exciting. We've got a lot of good stuff going on right now. A lot of, AL is very interesting because it's not very strong. NL, watching that wild card right now. Got a little rundown. Yankees still up 3-2 on the Orioles. Phillies up 4-1 looking for the sweep against the Marlins. Giants up 1-0 on the Guardians. St. Louis 2-0 on the Reds. 7-6, top of the sixth. Blue Jays looking to come back. A's up 2-0. Seattle up 5. And early action in Houston against the Anaheim Angels and Texas. But want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Next couple weeks, we will be going around this time, 7:45, 8 o'clock for the next, month or so. Trying to get back at it as I started my new job. So I was just having to figure things out, trying to get back at it, but going to be going 7:45 or 8, depending what time I can get here. But tune in next week and weeks to come. I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight for another episode On Deck here on FTSN. I'm Russ Morgan. Have a great night.